Donna Campiz is the recent past president of the State of Florida Professional Photographers Organization. Her many years handling the business side of her and her husband's studio brings us a unique perspective of the photography industry. What was the most common complaint you heard when you were the FPP president?
Photographers have is that there's been an influx of new photographers coming into this trade. They're not qualified. They don't know how to light the subject. They don't know how to pose a subject. They don't know business management skills. And sometimes ethics are a little questionable too. The way we can take care of this is, to educate the new photographer coming into the market. Since digital's come out, everybody thinks they're a photographer. They can just pick up a camera and go, but that's far from the truth. You really have to know your stuff.
What advice would you give to the state government to help the photography industry?
Ooh, that's a good question. In Florida, they require you to have a business license to become a photographer, but I think we need something a little bit better than that. A trade license would be better, I think. If somebody was to put makeup on you professionally, that person has to have a special license to do that. If you want to go and get your hair cut, they have to have a special license to do it. Like your plumbers or your electricians. And there's a reason for it. I think photographers need to be tested before they're, given the go-ahead to go out and do business. I really do think so.
Are photographers afraid to charge a fair price for their work?
Of course. Okay, photographers, they think with like the artsy part of their mind. They create a piece of art and it's kind of like real personal to them. So when a customer comes in and sits down across from them and you think that it's good, and the customer says, well, how much is this? And you go, $20. And you shouldn't be paying, or they shouldn't be paying you $20 for an 8x10. You should be charging at least $150, depending on your cost of goods and everything else. But it's hard for some people to say, oh yes, well this is $150. They're scared. They're kind of a little timid about it. Well, if that's the case, then what you have to do is you have to get somebody to do it for you. If you can't say that's going to be $150, or the cost of a wedding is going to be $2,500 or $3,500, which it should be, then you need to find somebody who can say it, if you can't say it. There are many opportunities to educate yourself. The Florida Professional Photographers has a school. It's a week-long school, and Daytona State College is our host. We have photographers, master photographers from all around the United States, sometimes from overseas, will come in and you get to spend a week with that photographer. We have photographers that do weddings. We have photographers that do painter or Photoshop. We also have business and marketing classes, and portrait, senior portraits, the list goes on and on. But we have that every year. We also have 2 seminars. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, the spring and the fall seminar. And we have a convention that is in Orlando, Florida, every year. So that's just with the Florida Professional Photographers. Now we also have here in Jacksonville, in our part of the state, we have our local guild. And that guild is held once a month, and we have speakers brought in for that. So to belong to the guild doesn't cost much. The state organization, it doesn't cost that much for what you get. And then there is, of course, the national PPA, which you can belong to that and go to the national conventions. But there is so much out there to educate yourself. It would just be, you know, a crime for you not to take advantage of one of these opportunities.